I'm an urban nun. I take my God with smoke. I want him loud, rumbling like the Queen car, howling drunk, crazy with despair, a thorn in the side, a kick in the gut. Don't want him leafy, gold leafy, green leafy, palm leafy. Don't want him pastoral. Pastoral is death. And yeah, death's a comfort. But comfort is false. So this comes, an invitation to an up north get down nun fest, a retreat for all the remaindered nuns of the world, the valiant last 200. All of us called to a fine and quiet place of birds and bugs and birds and bugs and bugs. So many, many bugs. Nuns al fresco. In God's own perfect nature. I think not. If nature's so perfect, God won't be there. What's for him to do? Relax? God is going to relax? Maybe he's going to lie under a tree and daydream some new flags? Right. But I go. If only to remember what my sisters look like. Hey, even nuns get nostalgic. We get lonely. I get lonely. I'll often dig out my convent yearbook on a slow Saturday night and imagine proms that never were, football games never cheered, clash days that faded into black and white. I'll recall the novices who slipped on the trip up God's altar. And I'll curse the sisters who never visit me, because of the trough of incorrectness in which I wallow. We retreat by bus and car, minivan, multivan, mountain bike. Some hobble up the northern concessions, the barefoot nuns of perpetual atonement, grateful for the gravel, the sharper the better. And arriving by float plane, you guessed it, the Yankee techno nuns. We're met by Sister Catherine, Kate the Innocent, my convent bunkmate way back when, a Vestal goofball sap with a saran wrap smile. Kate welcomes us to the lodge, her arms upraised like a Rio statue. Naturally, there's an orientation cocktail party. And yes, the jokes are just what you would expect from a giggle of god brides. Requests for Virgin Marys. Purple Jesuses. Rusty nails. But funny, the walls of isolation begin tumbling like Jericho. We're so diverse this last 200. We're so international. We're so intercultural. And yet we're also interlinked by this umbilical wince of faith, a tender bond fortified with booze. So, when Sister Kate gets out her singing nun guitar and warbles Kumbaya like a Kate Bush with Hyman, Kumbaya, Lord! Kumbaya! Shut! A musical cliche chased with scotch can cure any sister's blues. And when Sister Kate suggests a little splish-splash, don't even think about that! God has tilted the world into darkness. His moon is warming the lake. His sand fleas are urging us off the beach. So we strip, and we run. No shit. Carmelites, Ursulines, Josephines, Magdalens, militants, pacifists, militant pacifists, New Agers, mainliners, hardliners, one-liners, the chaste and the chaste, the dogmatic, the pragmatic, the stigmatic. The night is filled with the rustle of shedding habits, falling wimples, muffling flea beach, twittering like 100 plucked ravens. We pound over naked sand, an army of motoring legs and arms. We immerse into the northern waters. 200 throats, gasp, 400 nipples, pop. It's a glory of dunking sisters. It's a nubile of nun tits, nun arms, none bushes. Oh, dark, sacred, none bushes. Oh, baby, baby. I float out on my back, past them all. I look up at the moon and the stars, stars that might spell God if anyone can remember the language, and I say, things don't get much better than this. Exactly. Things start getting worse. A lesbian nun caucus has formed on the raft. How do I know it's a lesbian nun caucus? They're debating the theology of Anne Murray. Who exactly was Snowbird? I swim in and think about getting up, but they glare. They don't extend the helping hand. They know I'm straight celibate. I ask, guys, if you're not doing it, then what does it matter who you're not doing it with? But the raft is oppressed and unfriendly. The raft talks in code. Some stars twinkle out. On shore, squabbling is erupting over beached habits. We've existed in such isolation, it never occurred to us to sew on labels. And in the dark, the traditional black, the healing white, postmodern blue, even the floatplane chinos of the Yankee technos, it all looks the same. We stand and argue, and the local mosquitoes gorge on our most precious blood. More stars fall. God sees the little bastards fall. And it's not the kind of falling that excites wishes, is it? Next day, Kate the Innocent announces activities. Morning is for silence, light crafts, and non-competitive play. Afternoon, however, is a whole feast of options. Seminars run by every faction. Exercises in self-affirmation if it's your faction. Exclusion if it's not. The Yankees go up in their plane. They're videotaping God close up. The universe has 500 channels now. One of them will buy God and shake his hand. The advocates of a female God huddle over their Bibles, changing pronouns. A cheer goes up as each P falls to she. The atoners are rolling about in a bed of poison ivy, kissing themselves with joy. They swell. They itch. Near to their God they scratch. I'm an urban nun, but there's no urban option. So I go all the way. I take St. Francis, bird watching. But even here there's dissent. There are those who only count vegetarian birds. Not raptors, not ones with claws. Some note the superior plumage of the males and, out of jealousy, only count the females, which brings them a kind of joy, because blessed are the envious, for they probably have less. Less being more holy. Envy, therefore, being more righteous. Such is the logic of nuns with binoculars. Ah! That'll be the dinner bell. The cardinal's coming. Cardinal A. You know who I'm talking about. The big silk. The grand old fart. That silken, redundant whip of ecclesiastical flatulence. But I digress. No one's going in the dining hall. There's controversy in the lawn. The macro-feminists are organizing a boycott. They say a male cardinal shouldn't dress or treat a female sisters. All the while the cardinal's limo is idling. His Eminence is waiting for the friendly nod. Kate the Innocent thinks fast! His penis has been inactive since World War II. Where lies the problem? A leading macro glares back. The problem, sister, lies not with the dormant dangler. The problem stems from what that mini-flesh is connected to. 190 pounds of suppressed testosterone. A compromise is proposed by the Canadian nuns. The cardinal is declared an honorary woman, but his virile driver is locked in the limo, where he ogles and plots. More on the driver later. Never actually seen our cardinal. Our cardinal lives in Rosedale, in in a great big mansion on a tiny, perfect street. I work in Parkdale, on a road with aching shoulders. I work. Our paths of righteousness never cross. The Cardinal lectures us on obedience. Girls, obey. Oh. Well, excuse me, Mr. Cardinal. What do you know that's worth obeying? How dare you tell me to obey? I don't have time to obey. Someone, I don't know who, throws a button. Okay, I do know who. 'Twas I, All-Star pitcher AAA Convent League. I rise to my feet. I grip the button in my hand. It burns my palm like hot salt. I wind up. Obey this, you pig! Nailed him! Square in the pre-war nuts! He's going serious gray. The hall is going dead silent. Until... Thank you very much. My first standing elbow. Enjoy this. Thank you. And now, a cathartic rain of pumpernickel! And snowballs of hash browns! Jam pots! Honey pots! And from an ancient Carmelite who vaguely remembers a 65 Tom Jones concert, her immaculate panties! The Cardinal obeys the laws of bombardment. He falls. The Cardinal obeys the laws of gravity. He hits the dining hall floor. Hard! But his death? That was from natural causes, no question. We all agreed on that. His virile driver dragged him off while we watched in silence. We're so diverse this last 200, and our collective awe stills our voices. But remember, I don't like silence. I'm an urban man. Silence is pastoral. So I throw another button. At the atoners, easy targets, they're puffed up like zeppelins. When they glare back with hate in their itchy pig eyes, I blame the Carmelites and duck. A minute later, the dining hall's filling with missiles. Everyone is beaming everyone who does not share their exact monopoly on grievance. Good, I say. To hell with this fiction of nuns in paradise. We're too intercultural. We're too transglobal. There are 500 channels, and we are all surfing on different waves. I run out of there. I howl at the moon until it begins to shake. God is shivering behind it. He knows how far I can hurl my anger. He sees that babble of bunning nuns, and he knows he could be next. I've got to get out of here. I've got to get back to the city. I leave a note for my friend Kate. Come to my neck of the woods. Come weep for my people. Let your tears purify my gutters. And I drive off. I drive past the dead Cardinal's limo. The Cardinal's in the trunk now. His driver's taking his time leaving. His driver's a man with a plan. He's an auto-alchemist. The worm is changing into silk. I have left my sisters behind. They are not of my kind. And now, just another human, hurtling along this vast, trackless highway. Ah, hell! Brake lights! Flashing out. Flashing into the horizon.
Damn!
Shit!
Fuck, not again!
I'm just a nun in a jam.
Addendum 7B, flight from Montreal. Stuck in traffic with a youth, white, surly, and some kind of nun. And could it be? Could I be this lucky?
I left the boathouse light on. The inside one? Can you get it? Yes, that's all I'm calling about. What else would I be calling for? I want you to turn the light off so the goddamn boathouse doesn't get full of bugs. And they don't all stick to the goddamn canoe you made me varnish on my 2 days off. Please. No, I'm not in Toronto. I'm stuck in traffic. You phoned the house. Why did you phone? Are the kids okay? Then why'd you phone home? Even if I wasn't stuck here, I wouldn't be there yet. Jesus Christ, Claire. Okay, Charlie, I've got it. We merged top-end literature and cola. I want you to think about it. Wait. Literature, cola, and something primary. Something out of the ground. I don't know. Chrome. What do you mean you don't mind chrome? What does chrome do? Grow on trees? Okay, think of something. Well, we've got a little bit to march. We've got to raise some eyebrows, and merging macaroni and tomato paste ain't gonna do it. Listen, I'm stuck in traffic. I'll call you as soon as I get it. We've got another meeting, but I'll call you first. Sorry. Claire, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have hung up on you. Fuck you! You may as well turn your car off.
Sorry, are you talking to me?
We're not going anywhere.
It's an outrage.
Happens every weekend.
I never tried. It's new to me. When I rented my car, they didn't warn me about traffic jams.
Okay, Charlie. Really high-end literature. As high as it gets. Really good cola. But forget that mining thing. We'll merge with the third world country. One of those itty-bitty ones. New Zealand. Wait. Next cola. Try Kleenex. High-end Kleenex. Thick stuff with Laura Ashley patterns. The kind my wife blows her nose.
How long will this last? Oh, I say, how long, Lord, will this last? Oh, Lord, how long?
We could be here an hour.
Huh? An hour? What causes it? An accident?
Could be as simple as too many cars.
It makes no sense.
There's no logic to the behavior of jams. They simply form, and when they break up, there's no logic to that either.
No way!
Oh, what did he say?
No way!
No way.
No way! The Rouge is flooded!
What about the Rouge?
He said it's flooded. Is that possible?
That's ridiculous. It's not even a river anymore. There's been no rain for a month. How does he think a flood happens without rain? Christ! This is our school system.
I just heard on my radio that our Prime Minister and the President of Indonesia are meeting at the airport. There's a motorcade, and that's what's causing this.
Makes more sense than a flood.
What did she say?
There's a motorcade in the city!
That's absurd.
Did you just say absurd? It was on my radio. I heard it clearly. He said absurd. The absurd. Calling the absurd. Absurd. Absurd.
Charlie, I'm still in traffic. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's been an hour. We haven't budged. Start the proposal without me.
I don't mean to pry, but are you...
Yes, I'm a nun.
Oh, I thought so. Which order?
Random. Sorry, hand joke.
Oh, I got it. I just heard it before, that's all. I was a Catholic. There were nuns in my school. What makes nuns so funny?
Probably the absence of men.
And I should be a barrel of laughs.
So, any word on that absurd motorcade?
Apparently, the president of Indonesia doesn't actually have the time or inclination to go into the city. So, they're just driving about the top of Toronto back and forth. It's a particularly huge motorcade to honor the president's status.
You know what he's here for.
Is that an existential question? I'm really lousy at them.
Why he's in the country. The Indonesian. He's a war criminal.
Are you talking to me?
They're committing a Holocaust in Timor, and we're supplying them with everything they need. No one writes about it because the links between the arms supplier and our media run too deep.
I know all this. The Indonesians are obsessed with weaponry, and we're obsessed with selling it. Amazing how easily our cultures intersect.
Well, I think it's criminal.
And so it is. It should be stopped.
He wants it to end.
I'm trying to stop it.
It'll take more than grade school finger pointing.
I'm sorry. Your backseat is full of briefcases, so naturally I thought you'd endorse repression.
You don't know what's in those briefcases.
What is, exactly?
Kleenex, cola, literature.
Literature. May I see?
No.
It just goes to show how conditioned we are to think businessmen are immoral. I should know better than to judge on externals.
We are immoral, but
A confession you must like that.
you're immoral too. The difference is, I provide jobs.
This is all somewhat arguable. Yet you know about Timor.
We talk of nothing else. I'm a businessman who merges companies and products and countries. And let me tell you, it's a very peaceful trade. You can't merge amid chaos.
Why do you merge? I thought Big was out.
In some areas.
Take IBM, for example. Its bigness made it vulnerable.
That had nothing to do with size. It was a button-down patriarchy. That's death on Bay Street. But you know something? I could say the same about your church.
You belong?
Of course not. But I know the cardinal.
No.
Cardinal A, the big silk. He lives on my street. My wife and I are having him over for a barbecue next week. The kids love him. It's the robes. They think he's just a dress.
Has anyone heard
The
anything?
cardinal is a reactionary pig.
Perhaps if you sat down with him over a hamburger, you'd feel differently.
I was very close to our parish priest back in Montreal. He wasn't much for burgers, though. Pasta, yes. But he was locked in a spiral of despair. And working for the church requires a certain degree of optimism.
That it does. Is this damn thing ever gonna break up? Why do people travel?
Beats me.
Why are you?
Oh, what I'm doing isn't travel. It's flight.
Oh. Do you want to talk
Not
about it?
really.
Someone up ahead said that a plane landed on the highway.
Makes more sense than the river flooding, marginally.
Happens all the time, asshole.
Perhaps the plane landed on the Indonesian motorcade and they all skidded into the Rouge. There was a massive water displacement.
The pop station says the local nuclear plant's melting down.
The classical band doesn't agree. A few minutes ago, just before we heard about the plane squishing the Prime Minister,
I never said that.
the classical band announced a shortage of mushrooms.
Oh, fuck, that's bad.
Edible ones! Now the streets of Toronto are choked with packs of anxious BMWs, herds of wild Audi, desperately seeking shiitake.
So many disasters. Should I check the religious channel?
It'll say locusts.
Or confirm the flooding.
Or announce the rapture?
We had a TV, we knew for sure.
What does it matter? We've become stuck, we'll become unstuck.
Ah, a fatalist.
Optimist.
Depends on what you're heading back to. Wouldn't you agree?
Start your engines!
I'm in a jam. About an hour out, but nothing's happening. Listen, Claire's suspicious. She's hovering, that's how I know. I can't go to the can without her hovering outside the door. I just called her. She doesn't even believe I'm stuck in traffic. She's been calling the house. Oh, sorry, the line's breaking up. Sorry, I can't hear you. Why don't you go to the house? I'll be there soon.
Everything is full of goddamn earwigs. I never could see this rural paradise thing.
Me neither. It's hell. You get out there, you're trapped. You can't exit. Your every move is watched. All you can do is varnish.
Why is everything so damp?
I don't know.
We haven't had rain in weeks.
I just assumed dampness was integral to the backwoods experience. Ironically, the only thing that isn't damp is my bathing suit. Never used it.
You don't swim?
Oh, I swim alright. I just didn't use the suit.
Ah.
I paddled about as God made me.
If you don't mind me asking, was it a romantic thing?
She's an urban nun, for Christ's
She
sake.
doesn't have to answer.
There was a man there, yes.
See?
But he died.
That's awful.
He was a reactionary pig.
How did he die?
Buns. Okay, here we go.
Fine. Damn!
Fuck! Why do you think that happens?
Someone gets optimistic and passes it down the line.
In my business, we call it a bull market.
In mine, it's the second coming.
So hot.
They should build showers along here.
Another hour will cool off.
Another hour?
I'd better be in the city by then.
What's the rush? I'm not falling for it next time.
You will.
No, I won't. I'll just stand up here and let everyone else make fools of themselves.
You have no capacity for faith.
Faith doesn't move cars.
Turn that down! Turn it down! Turn it down!
As long as we're stuck here, use these, okay?
I'd appreciate it, my son.
Thank you.
Do your children play that stuff?
Oh, they'd hardly be old enough yet.
How'd you know I had kids?
Your briefcases are interrupted with booster seats.
They're too young for his music. But Claire takes them to violin, a house full of Suzukiites. Can you imagine what that's like?
Especially after a hard day's merging.
We haven't moved in 3 hours. I'm going nuts. It's beginning to look like we'll be here right into the night. Still haven't heard. There's all sorts of rumors out here. Plane crashes, meltdowns. It's going to be our night to talk. Jack, don't be like that. Please. It's out of my control and I don't know what to do. I can't leave them. I can't stay. Are the kids better off being Claire together and hardly speaking, or with us apart, fighting over custody? Ah, shit. The line's breaking up again.
More mergers?
At this time of night?
I doubt multinationals sit around waiting for Monday morning. Your wife then?
No.
Squash partner?
I don't play.
Your mistress?
I have 3 young children.
Is that a denial or a rationalization?
They're at a cottage 100 miles that way, and I'll just spend 2 days with them.
So you've earned a mistress.
You, a private eye?
Nah, just independently nosy. I grew up in a small cul-de-sac in Montreal where we know everyone's business. Now, I live in Toronto in a high-rise. Nobody knows anything about anybody. I'm in gossip withdrawal. Traffic jam's a godsend. What's her exact age?
30. What? Is that too old for a mistress?
Depends. How old are you?
Ancient. 32. 30, 34. 36. 37.
It's okay. For a man too old.
Hooray!
Actually, the older men are better.
Or would you like one?
I love one. I'm dying of thirst.
Good luck.
Could I buy a couple? Hey!
Don't shoot!
Could I buy a couple of beer?
Fuck, man, don't creep up on me like that.
It was kind of hard not to. Will you sell me some beer?
How long do you think we'll be here?
Another hour?
I don't want to run out. I ran out last Sunday. It's no fucking way to spend the night.
Could 2 make a difference?
It might.
$10.
Each.
Sure.
Cool.
Thanks. Oh. Oh, yum.
My kingdom for a shower.
Is that what you do with them?
Who's them?
Them with whom you merge?
Why would he shower with a bunch of businessmen?
Come on, tell me. Do you shower with them?
Even priests don't shower in groups anymore.
Do you?
Yes.
Yes. How many mistresses can fit under a shower head?
That is an incredibly weird question.
Look, I can ask you things too. What about you? What do you do with men?
Hunt them.
Oh, I'd ask.
An entire night. Such are the dangers of leaving the downtown core.
I knew I'd run out!
Yes, I'm still in the jam, goddammit! She doesn't believe me.
Shower. 36 hours without a shower.
Without a cigarette.
Makes me really mad.
At night I dream of the good old days when you could sit in a cafe, any cafe. Within minutes an illicit man would smuggle up next to you with a pulsing gin bag and whisper promises of cut rate de Maurier. Oh, where is such a man to be found? Be still, urban lungs. Be still.
Yeah, that's Shakespeare, right?
Yes.
I knew it.
Come with me.
Why?
Some of our neighbors make me nervous, and I need a guard.
What for?
An urgency must be satisfied behind yonder bush.
That's Shakespeare too. I flunked it, but I definitely remember the word yonder. And there was a bush now that I think of it.
Actually, it was a forest.
Yeah, and the forest moved. Weird. Aliens, probably. Shakespeare really makes me mad.
Happy hunting.
Joyful merging.
So, you've had 3 days. What kind of game have you got so far?
What do you mean?
You said you hunted men, but I haven't seen you dragging any home to your car yet.
First of all, the pickings around here are very good. Just look at that bunch behind us. All they do is eat potato chips.
They are pretty disgusting. I asked them if they wanted to join our aerobics this morning. They just laughed at me.
Anyways, I'm not hunting any new game. I'm updating my files on the old.
What's that?
You've really never seen me before.
What, before the last 3 days? No.
Never on your street?
No. Why? Do you live in Rosedale?
Never in the lobby of your office building?
What's this?
I beg you, don't change the subject. You've never seen me stay at the art gallery?
Painting's boring.
What about sculpture? You like sculpture.
Hi, Pumpkin. What are you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah, I can talk to Mommy later. I just want to talk with you now. Yeah. So, what have you been doing?
This is incredible! Wait, 2 more minutes, don't close the trunk yet. Raspberry?
Where are you?
Fuck, I gotta go.
Charlie, where are you? What's this voicemail shit? Why aren't you picking up their messages? Get back to me.
Trouble in Mergerland?
It's my flunky.
Charlie Maxwell.
He's been avoiding me. He hasn't returned my calls in a week. How'd you know his name?
I've got a file on him too.
A file?
Charlie gets around.
Charlie? Not sexually. Charlie, no way. He does? Where?
Your golf club. Wednesday afternoons.
That's Ladies' Day.
And Charlie's there, working on his stroke, chipping and putting and huffing in the rough.
You really have a file on you?
It's very thick.
It is.
This is an auspicious coincidence. There's a million cars out here and we're stuck together. I thought I saw you about 50 miles back, but for some reason I thought you cottage north of the city, not east, so I dismissed it from my mind. Then traffic stopped and I realized my assumptions about your summer life were wrong.
You really saw me at the art gallery?
Many times.
I find the sculptures in the art gallery comfort.
Comfort is false. You're there because you'll connect with someone. I'm there to watch. I searched all over the city for the right place. Finally, I found it. The moor. It's safe. There are guards, shadows, shapes you can step behind. And it's teeming with heterosexual men. I couldn't believe my luck when I stumbled upon it. The last untapped reservoir of straight men. Intelligent, straight men in the city. Throngs of them every night, all of you stopping in on your way home for 1,000 murky reasons.
Why me?
Why not?
But if it was teeming.
You were unusually active.
I was? Oh, God.
I was grateful.
You were?
My favorite files are on my moor men. I have affairs with them, on paper. I was having a really hot one with you. According to my files, you are very, very good.
shit.
So good. In fact, last week something strange happened. I saw you connecting with all those women, and I began to wonder if maybe it couldn't happen to me too. And not just on paper. So I went back to Montreal. Actually, I was going back for a funeral, but that's the perfect time to rekindle old love, isn't it? I'm excellent at a funeral. I cry well. Men find it attractive. And I was seized with optimism that one soured love in particular might uncurdle.
And did it?
No. No chance. I made an absolute fool out of myself. I'm susceptible to hope this is always the result. So it's back to my files. I'm better at being an academic.
So what's the status of our affair? Are we still an item?
Getting rocky.
Because of Claire.
You promised to leave her. Then the weekend comes around and you're driving up north. To be with her.
Trust me, it's not her.
It's all the same to a mistress. My paper affairs always end after 3 or 4 months when I get bored. The challenge becomes to create an accurate biography. Because I prize accuracy. The stalking becomes very sophisticated. I have to know where you live. That's easy. What you eat. Easy. Where. Easy. Who you will usually sleep with. Easy. Who you occasionally sleep with. Fairly easy. You do leave a trail. What you really think and feel and fear? That's the challenge. Oh God. How much longer will this last?
I have no idea.
Because I want a shower. I dream of showers. I've dreamt of nothing but for the last 7 days.
Check this out! Look at the food she scored!
Careful.
She's fucking, sorry, amazing.
God is amazing. I simply pray.
See, we're not so bad, are we? That no one else's food was good.
1 week in a jam and you can scare anything out of anybody.
This is your best haul yet.
The meat goes in your cooler.
I know.
And the canned goods in
I
my
know.
fridge.
Even the chip eaters respond to threats from God's little surrogate.
Any news?
The usual Gothic rumors. One group claims our rights in the city and they don't dare let us back in.
They're calling in the Marines.
We don't have Marines.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
In Canada, we don't have Marines.
Wherever there's water, there are Marines. And in Canada, in case you haven't noticed, we have lots of water. Therefore, we have lots of Marines.
You are very, very good.
Where's the rioting?
All through the suburbs.
Who?
Disaffected white youths.
Who told you this?
Other disaffected white youths. There's a cluster of them half a mile down.
It was probably just a ploy to guilt food out of you.
Yeah, well, I believe them. I know where they're coming from. People are really mad now. Me and my buddies can't even go to the mall without somebody making us mad. It really makes me mad.
Mad at what?
If you don't know, then you don't understand.
If I don't know, I don't understand?
You don't know where I'm coming from.
Fine. I don't know. I'll just have to wallow in ignorance.
It makes me really mad that no one ever comes around and asks us why we're mad. Everyone else who's mad gets studied, but not me and my buddies.
You did well.
I'm still talking! You never let me finish anything. You think you know every fucking... Sorry, sister thing. A, we have Marines. And B, I'm white and I'm... What am I again?
Disaffected.
So remember that. Treat me with dignity, man.
Jesus, okay. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for helping get all this food.
That's all I asked for. A little dignification.
It's gonna get tougher. There are groups forming up and down the lines, and some of them are big. Really big. 4 cars wide, 10 deep. The chip eaters are benign in comparison. Some of the new groups have different ways of governing. A few were reluctant to even let us through, at least without paying a toll. Even when I told them I was a nun. Sometimes that made it worse. There is a depth to Soundwave youths together.
They've been partying all week.
The Confederations around them are planning reprisals. You be glad you're here with us.
Oh, and there's a dead dude.
What?
Yeah, he's stuffed in a trunk.
Where?
That way, in a limo.
How do you know he was dead?
He was wearing a sign. Hey, I'm dead, dopehead.
You are really getting on my nerves. Sorry.
What color was the limo?
Black.
How'd he die?
Oh, now you're all ears.
I said I was sorry.
I don't know how he died, but it looks like somebody kicked the shit out of him.
You actually saw him?
Yeah, this guy in a red silk dress let me look.
A man in a red silk dress?
It looked like something you'd wear to a prom.
The driver let you look.
I had to give him some smokes, but it was worth every buck. He's got bruises all over his head, and he's covered in seeds.
Seeds!
And raspberry jam!
Strawberry.
I thought it was raspberry at first. I thought it was blood, actually. Maybe the guy in the dress killed him. You never know. And all these people from the cars nearby are bringing the silk guy food and calling him Your Grace. That's so weird!
What kind of man wears a red silk dress in a traffic jam?
Cardinal A!
No! I mean, no. Don't be silly. Why would Cardinal A be out in a freeway with a dead guy in his trunk?
I vaguely remember him saying something about going to address a retreat.
Oh, there's a coincidence. You were at a retreat.
The Cardinal never leaves Rosedale. No. If it's a Cardinal back there, it's probably a Quebec one. Or an Oshawa one. The dead guy is probably his driver. They die all the time, those drivers. Stones hit them. He'll be decomposing. I'm decomposing. Has he been wrapped up?
He's dead.
I've got to get over there.
I'll come.
No.
You'll need a guard.
No!
Well, let's all go.
No!
Why are you acting so strange?
It's a Catholic thing you wouldn't understand. Okay, there is my Bible. Figures, get it, I'll have to wing it.
What?
The burial mass! Look. We don't need to dwell on this. You'll all end up getting depressed. I'll just go there and bury it.
Let me come.
No.
I was a Catholic.
No.
I'm curious about death.
No.
I lend dignity to a service.
No.
I know when to cry. I was just at a funeral in Montreal and I really carried my weight in tears. Please. Sister, please.
Oh, all right. But no recording devices.
I need some drink. Do you think your party pals have any alcohol?
It's all gone, I asked. There's a Molson's transport 2 miles behind us.
That'll do. We'll buy some cases for us.
You better not be bullshitting.
We can do a purchase when they're off burying. 2 miles?
Man, I can't carry beer in that car. I brought out the food pack.
We won't be long.
Do you want to invite the Cardinal back?
Absolutely not.
But he'll be grieving for his driver.
The church has a glut of drivers whose grief will be fleeting. Oh, for God's sake, Susie, it's a funeral, not a dance.
Never been to a funeral on the side of an expressway before. Or when I smelled this bad.
The corpse won't care. Why do you make him menace? He's a good kid.
I think he's adorable.
You do?
He's a menace.
We had a nice talk when we were out foraging. He's trying to find himself.
There's nothing to find.
He means well.
He's a simpleton.
No, he's primitive. It's not the same thing. He's almost Rousseauian, without the nature. Actually, he has absolutely no concept of nature.
His life's one big parking lot.
He's like a suburban savage.
Kind of like that. As a nun, for Pete's sake. Now come on, Lucy, we've got some burying to do.
I'll walk west and ask for water at one of the farmhouses. Then I'll go for the beer. Are you okay? Homesick?
Well, as if you care.
Actually, I do.
care.
I'm sorry if I've been acting, treating you like, you know. You, me, Lucy, and the other nun, we've got to stick, we've got to tough it out together. So, can we be friends?
Do we have Marines?
Wherever there's water.
What do Marines do?
I believe they keep us free.
Okay, we're friends.
That's good. It's good to be friends. Buddies. Buddies in a jam. Yep. So, pal, where are you from? Pal. I'm trying to do a little bonding here, you know? You, me, guy stuff. Help me, okay?
From that way.
Oshawa?
Not exactly. It doesn't have a name. It's near where the 409 and the 12 meet. Just past that. I mean, behind the mall past that. Actually, the third mall. 3 malls, 4 McDonald's, and then you make a left at the 8th Gulf.
Yeah. And, where were you headed when this happened?
By the way, visit my brother the other side of Toronto.
Mississauga.
Not exactly. It doesn't have a name. It's near where the 400 crosses 800. You have to be taken there the first time by somebody who's already been, or you can't find it.
Then how did the first person get there?
Ah, that's right. Somebody had to start things off.
There's always the Big Bang Theory. Did you study it? Of course not. Something collides, atoms or neutrons, and a whole suburb is born.
Or it could be aliens. They just dropped it down on a farm. Anything's possible with those places. Where my brother lives, all the streets curve the same way. And every house is exactly the same. 3 times my brother's gone into the wrong house, sat in the wrong chair, and started drinking somebody else's beer. He says if it was a different brand, he'd have noticed it wasn't his place. But all 3 times, it was the very same label. Weird.
It must be very tough on him living there.
Oh, it's not so bad. It's how he got his job. My brother was sitting in this rec room once, eating pizza and drinking beer, and then this stranger walks in the door, takes one look at my brother, and tells him he's hired. Turns out it was actually the other guy's house. He'd been advertising a job, and he thought my brother was showing huge fucking balls to just walk in there. Oh, and get this, my brother was too smart to let on that he'd missed his own rec room by 4 streets.
How old are you?
19. I'll be 20 in 4 months.
Where have you been? Have you ever traveled?
What do you call this?
Okay. Right. It's traveling. This has been a good talk. Chat. Rap.
Rap sucks.
No, I meant... Never mind. I'm going for the beer. I'll be back in an hour.
What am I going to do?
Guard the cars. There could be looters. Or aliens.
He seems awfully old for a chauffeur.
The church has a hard time finding drivers.
I thought you said there was a glove.
And it takes a unique man to drive a cardinal. They're very bossy, and they won't travel on just any old road.
Cardinal's so young and virile. When I was a Catholic, all the cardinals were musty old coots with no concept of reality.
Yes, well, the church is struggling to renew itself. Many of our best cardinals are now Generation X. Okay, I'm going to start.
Why is he covered in pumpernickel seeds?
It's the custom in certain dioceses. The seeds symbolize life force. Are you going to ask me questions all afternoon, or can I begin?
Should I start crying now?
Please.
Do you want a heartfelt sob or a subdued weep? I can do both, but the weep is more attractive.
The weep will be fine.
I have this lovely Kleenex the businessman gave me. I'll use it to effect.
Fine!
He's merging Kleenex with New Zealand. Seems an odd fit.
Lucy! Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been a few weeks since my last
That's
confession.
not the burial service.
Lucy!
Well, it's not. At funerals, certain proprieties must be observed. It's bad enough that the cardinal keeps grabbing my behind, but now you're confessing.
Shut up and weep! It has been a few weeks since my last confession, but there have been mitigating circumstances. These, however, are my sins. I have thrown objects. For that, and for all of my sins, I am heartily sorry. Oh God, Lucy, I've made a huge mistake. An epic one. Look at that poor sod, all covered in seeds. And I know that sure the pumpernickel didn't do much more than wound his dignity. For sure it was the jam pugs that finished him off. But I did throw that first bun.
I'm really bad at this metaphysical stuff.
I killed that man.
I suppose we all kill each other in a way.
It felt good killing him.
Can't understand this new liturgy.
Killing cardinals is the logical expression of the powerlessness we feel. But when morality collides with logic, shouldn't we keep our buns on the table? And yet as I kneel here and look at him, I still feel disgust at him, at myself, at the church, the world, at everyone except for God, maybe even at him.
Or her.
Fuck off! Oh, Lucy, how do I make sense of it all? How can it be balanced?
Are you asking me?
Yes, damn it! Ah!
I've never done Q&A at a funeral before. Of course, I've never been told to fuck off by a nun before either. Gosh, balance. It's like, how can I be with men when I don't want to be with them? But I do want to be with them. The question becomes, is it enough to keep accurate files?
I think we should go. I'll pray for him tonight. The Cardinal's got a nice big bag of groceries for us, and I'd like to get back to our cars before dark.
This wasn't as sad as I thought it would be. Probably because we got onto that discussion thing. We're narrowly on the faucet. Are you coming?
In a second. Forgive me. Forgive me and I'll forgive you!
Oh, you're gonna be so proud of me. The last case. It cost me, but... What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Hey! What the hell are you doing?
What's it look like?
That's our food!
Mine too.
Put that back! Spit it out!
What the hell?
Ow! It's not your food! Get it? It's all of our food! It's everyone! We divided equally and we eat together! Understand?
Fuck that businessman!
You know damn well everything we gather is shared equally. If I ever catch you doing this again, you're out of here, get it? You're off the freeway. Get the hell in your car!
No!
I'll call the Marines.
Oh, I'm scared. You didn't even know we had them until I told you. What's their number?
You are indescribably stupid.
Stop saying that. I'm smart. I'm just as smart as anyone. I'm sick of you treating me like that. I'm leaving. That's final. I'm out of here.
Where will you go, my disaffected little friend?
I'm joining the chip eaters!
They won't have you. The chip eaters hate you. They hate your music. They're sick of your litter. They can't stand anyone who's thin. They don't want you. No one wants you. Maybe the disaffected white youth. You could try them. You'd have a real blast with them. You could sit around littering and complaining about the size of your dicks.
You wanted to get rid of me from the very moment traffic stopped. Okay, I'm going. Who's case will you get on now, asshole?
What do you mean it's disconnected? That's my office. Hi, Pumpkin. It's Daddy. Daddy? What do you mean you're going to get Daddy? I'm Daddy. I'm your Daddy, Pumpkin. I'm the Daddy Pumpkin. Pumpkin? Who are you? Charlie? Charlie, what are you doing there? Charlie, what's going on?
The more I think about it, you might be onto something. If you had confession at every funeral, the families could unload their guilt baggage right at the gravesite. Maybe you could add some happy liturgy, like the Christmas service, and really send them home smiling. It would certainly make people feel better about death. Though, maybe less good about Santa.
Lucy!
You've got more food.
The Cardinals might have wreaked havoc for miles fetching him stuff.
How was the funeral?
Avant-garde.
Where's the boy?
He's gone.
Gone?
I caught him stealing food.
He was stealing our food?
He doesn't understand the nature of co-ops. I don't know how to deal with him. Even my 3-year-old is more rational.
I'll talk to him when he gets back.
He's not coming back. He's off to join the chip eaters.
We need him here.
What? What's he adding to this?
I don't know, something.
He adds a bit of weight to our numbers.
Yes.
We are the smallest group for miles.
He's something for her to fuss over.
I don't fuss! But I do know that we better not get into the business of quantifying who adds what value to this unit.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that the only person actually getting food for us is me, because of my religious connections. Maybe I should go it alone. Maybe I should lock myself in my car and let you guys starve while I eat my Catholic faith off.
I thought we were friends.
I'm making a point. I'm going to wait a few hours for the boy. If he's not back by tomorrow, I'm going searching for him. He's family, and I want him home.
You were phoning someone?
For the first time in 3 weeks.
5, actually.
I can't remember most of the numbers now. Anyway, whenever I do make a call, new people answer. It's really been 5 weeks.
My last entry was a call you made to Charlie. You told his answering machine he lacked corporate imagination. So who'd you phone?
With my kids.
Time of call?
Charlie was there.
Time of call? No! What's the use? My records are already inaccurate. I'm not the academic I once was. I barely listen to the radio for news even. It's like we've ceased to exist.
I have. For my kids.
She's afraid he'll come back.
I overreacted. I do the same thing with my kids. I hate it when I do that. It really makes me mad.
I better think he's gone.
That boy epitomizes everything I hate about this country. He's ignorant. He's useless. He can't think straight. There's no way he can survive out there. I'm worried sick.
It was one of the first things I put in the file.
What?
Your conscience.
Really?
Your capacity for feeling.
Is that what you were thinking those months ago at the gallery?
Oh, when I'm there, I'm not thinking.
Then what are you feeling?
Desire.
What drives you to desire?
Despair.
Despair to desire, and next?
I killed the desire. Or supplemented to my research.
Wouldn't you rather live? Wouldn't you rather snatch a few moments of really living?
You're reverting those are lines.
They're not.
They're in my files. Heard you whisper them from the dark side of a dozen Henry Moores. They won't work with me. Try something else. Perhaps a sigh about the irony of being in mergers, yet remaining an isolated wanderer. That's the one you use on your literary types, your Ulysses lines.
It's not a line.
You can do better. Try the truth.
Okay. I wish I'd taken you home in March.
Oh, perhaps the weekend your wife and kids went skiing? You were already booked.
Then I wish I'd taken you home one afternoon.
On a Wednesday, before Claire was off golfing and the children were napping with the nannies. Not my style.
No sign of him?
No.
I pray he had the sense to stay on the highway. He's not going to last a minute if he wanders into those trees.
We'll finish this later.
No doubt.
I want that boy back. I want my boy back. Send him back to me, God.
Sister. Sister.
What happened? Let me get this.
I don't understand.
What?
I don't fucking understand.
Lucy! What aren't you understanding?
Why they hate me.
Oh my God! Lucy and Fanny.
No,
you...
everyone, back as far as you can see, they hate me. They all hate me. I went looking for some other group to live with. I think you guys don't want me to live with the chip eaters.
You would trade us for them?
I said, hey there, chip eaters. What's happening? And they yelled at me to screw off. And it was the same with the Dental Confederation. I said, hey, dentists, can I join you? And they told me to wait at the side of the road. They had these chairs set up, and old magazines, and a fish tank, which was really cool. But I waited, and I waited until I realized it was just a dentist trick. They were gonna make me wait there till I rotted. Dentists make me mad.
What happened?
And after that, it was just one thing after another. The timid zone set off all their car alarms at the very sight of me. The Bobos promised they'd form a committee to see about letting me in. As if. Well, then there were the Anne Murrayites. They accused me of being a man. Gee, thanks for the news flash, guys. Every other group turned me away until finally I got to the crest of the hill, and there they were.
The disaffected white youth?
My people! As far as the eye could see, a whole valley full, and their music rose up like the crash of a plane hitting a high-rise apartment building and falling into a million fucking, pieces. Oh, I could smell hamburger cooking. Just like when you're sitting in your car at the back door of the Sizzle Pit restaurant, waiting for your girlfriend to get off work. Oh, and there were babes. Real babes. Disaffected white babes. Not ones like up there with the Bourgeois Confederacy.
Wow.
They won't talk to you unless you're taking French fucking immersion. stood at the top of the hill, and I said, "Hey, disaffected white youths! I've come from far away, through many alien lands to join you." All was silent, until somebody threw something. At first, I thought somebody was throwing me a big fucking piece of hash. You know, a welcoming gesture. But it was a rock. And then there was another rock. And another. They were hitting me, and they hurt me, sister. It was like each rock was saying, "Get the hell out, goof, we don't want you!" They didn't want me. But I know those people, they live on my street. Maybe not exactly my street, but one just like it. And now they're throwing rocks, like they hated me. What did I do to them? What can I do? Where can I go?
Stay with us.
We want you to stay with us.
Really?
I had no right to send you away.
You didn't?
You have as much right to this piece of pavement as I do.
I do.
You do. Friends again?
Do we have Marines?
Yes.
Because I want them to blow those disaffected bastards off the planet.
He's sleeping.
Is that engines? Do you think he's learned anything?
I don't know. But he certainly lost something.
We're going to have to watch him like a hawk. Keep food inventory.
I think I can get through to him.
We're counting on you.
I'm sure I can. I just have to find the right words. Leave him to me. You two go back to, whatever it was you were doing. Shoo! Go! Get lost! Tell me about your family. You do have a family.
Yes?
Well?
What is there to tell? My mom and me live that way. My dad lives over there. Brother lives that way.
Do you do things as a family?
No.
Okay. Do you do stuff with your neighbors?
Why?
For fun! A street barbecue, stuff like that. No. Okay, did you ever do anything at school? No. You weren't ever on a team or the student council? Did you ever play in a band?
Yeah.
Ah! You played in a band! Now we're cooking with gas. And in that band, you all had music, right?
Wrong. Nobody could read it.
But you all had separate parts to play.
I
And the
guess.
separate parts added up to music.
No, we all play lead guitar. Well, except for the drummer. He drums, but he quit.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, and the lead vocalist. He sings, but he got lost on his way to practice, and he ended up joining another band. It happens all the time. What's wrong?
I wish you had asked me to go home with you.
Why?
I could trust your motives. I can't trust mine. If I ask, I know why I'm asking, and I hate it. But if you'd asked,
Wish I'd been brave enough to ask.
what is happening to me? I can't phone. I want him back. I'm paralyzed with you. I'm really feeling paralyzed.
Despair.
Yes.
Let me show you where that leads.
that conversation we had about your band.
Yeah, you're getting really fucked. Sorry.
Well, I have another question for you. In a band, you all play together. And not only that, you all play at the same time, right?
I guess.
And the result you get is better than if you were all just to go off and play separately, right?
Not with us. We're really bad. No, we're supposed to be bad. That's our appeal. Faster, louder, badder. Actually, we never get asked to play.
Then why the hell do you have a band?
So you can get laid. Sorry.
Quit apologizing to me all the time.
But you're an urban nun.
I don't care if you get laid. I want you to get laid. I want to believe. In fact, I pray to the good Lord that there's some nice girl out there somewhere who will ring your flipping chimes.
You do?
I want you to be happy. I want the whole fucking world to be happy.
You swear?
I'm allowed. I'm the goddamn bride of God. I need a cigarette. Damn it. I'm out.
I'm out too. Hey, if we could find a bootlegger, then we could split a deck.
Yes.
Yes, what?
That's it.
A man has died, been buried. Confederacy simple and complex formed, up and down the line, right to the horizon. I'm still sitting here with you, dreaming of showers.
I'm dreaming of a reliable supply of scotch.
My wine chilled us so.
I hope this time rains.
Because when it does, I'll be in the city, and I'll be waiting for you to call me.
Of course I'll call you.
I'll be wishing I could pick up the phone and call you, but it's not allowed, is it? Eventually I'll give up and return to the Henry Moores with my reporter, if I were in the city. But I'm not.
You're here. I'm paralyzed with despair.
So soon. Show me where that leads.
It took me 4 months to save him. It was the greatest challenge of my life. Well, no. Celibacy is the greatest challenge, but this was a close second. I'm an urban nun. I had never come face to face with suburban intractability. But I prevailed. The key? Cigarettes. This simple white cylinder transformed a piece of passive disaffection into a constructive member of society, albeit a capitalist. He is no longer boy. He is a man who deals in smokes. He has been reborn, and I call him Lazarus.
Actually, my name's Cody.
Lazarus Cody.
As you wish.
So, what's your plan?
I've got the map.
We must face the facts. The farmers won't cooperate anymore. The nearest village is 3 miles away. It's ringed with hostile suburbs full of confusing, curvy streets. Anyway, to even get to the concession road, I have to pass through the bourgeois, mechanical, and hostile youths, plus the dental confederation, all of which are charging tolls. And the dentists have guns. They're hopped up on Novocaine. They're firing at anything that looks unfussed. Even if I make it past all that, and I reach the village, there's no guarantee they'll give us help. They have problems of their own.
And what are you suggesting?
We strike south. That way.
That way.
Too risky. You have to cross the tracks.
I've been timing the trains for a safe moment.
You have too much faith in the predictable. I know a woman who lost both her legs to a random express.
Why? How does she drive? Never mind. We have no choice.
Mr. Cody is right. Our food's nearly gone.
We're in a tight spot.
Tomorrow, I'll set out over the tracks. But tonight, we will party.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, well, I gotta tell you, it's weird being undisaffected and all. It gives you a whole new outlook on life. Things begin to look possible. This must be what it's like to be a Marine.
We have a delivery to make.
Bingo Nation. Mile that way. Really? These straight roads really fuck me up. Case of Damari. Hey, aren't the Bingoites mostly Catholic?
Ah, affirmative. We can score some food.
What's wrong?
I'm worried.
He seems to know what he's doing.
There's so many trains. We don't know what's on the other side of that lake. A few cottages with some tinned food, some wood he could haul back, some ice he could fall through. The risk seemed so high for such tenuous reward. And back here, hostility is palpable. I heard rumors of fighting down the line. Why won't it spread to us? We're small. We have no alliances. And I'm pregnant.
I was wondering when you'd tell me.
You guessed?
I'm a businessman. I know the consequences of merging. And plus, I'm an optimist.
I wrote this for our union, our small and beleaguered co-op, sandwiched as we are between the Bourgeois competitors and the dough-faced chip-eaters. I call it the geography of the mind.
That's ambitious.
My street curves and curves, my street curves. My street curves and curves, my street curves. My street curves until it hits the curve. That curves into Northgate Mall. Thanks. I'm working on the next verse. It's something about how Northgate Mall joins up with Westwood Plaza, which is across the street from Pinewood Place. And then there's another street just like mine. And then things get really ooga-booga, because soon you're back on my curving streak. The curve being the metaphor.
Ah, the metaphor.
Metaphors require no explanation.
They are fragile and explanations are not.
Exactly. It's far better to slip the meaning beneath my listeners' feet, so it's a rub that warms their toes, rather than a squeaky floorboard that trips them. That's another metaphor.
Save that one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Lazarus Cody.
He's not even listening.
He's overwhelmed.
What's wrong?
Can you hear something? Can you hear that?
Yes.
What is it?
I don't know. Something's changing!
Look.
Look up the road there.
On the horizon!
What are they yelling?
What are they saying up there?
It's the racket.
It's moving! They're telling us that it's moving! Look ahead! 500
steadiness to the motion that spoke of something new, of something starting or ending. And the movement forward was matched by a vaulting in our hearts, an exploding in here like I hadn't felt since I first took my vows, since I walked down that aisle and fell into God's fickle arms.
Far out!
Hooray!
We're moving!
And I wanted to hug them all, hug my little union with whom I lived so intimately these past months. The boy who had turned 20 and been reborn. The woman who had ceased despairing even before my godchild began growing in her. The man who was finding honesty in her arms. I look over at Lucy and see her smile of resurrecting hope.
A shower. A shower.
The years of despair are washing off of her, and this grin splitting the face of the father-to-be.
Scotch.
White wine.
Beer.
And we move faster and faster, and the dreams fly at us like the winter wind. There's no stopping us now. Nothing is stopping us. We're moving forward. We're moving fast now, faster now, faster. And I want to tell them how much I love them all. But
Lucy!
we aren't staying parallel. Lucy's a length ahead.
Lucy!
You can barely see the look of fear when she turns, and
Where are you?
now she's 3 lengths ahead, speeding with the remnants of the bourgeois confederacy.
Hey!
Jesus!
Wait up!
And he's falling back. He's falling back with the chip eaters.
Faster!
We're splitting apart.
Where are you?
And we're racing now, racing to the city, and our group has dissolved 1,000 times more easily than it formed. It's dissipated amid the roaring engines and our surprised cries. And my heart pounds so hard, and each pound hurts more than the one before. I know it's over. It's really over. There'll be no more forays down the line threatening up food. No more lovemaking in the car beside me. No more litter or curses from the boy I love. None of the things that have brought me such joy. And you want it to start again. You wish this could stop. You want to go back to how things were. Except we're hurtling 1,000 miles an hour towards lights that dazzle, that blind. And I don't understand this urge. I don't understand this race. Among faceless cars, on nameless roads, where no one knows anything anymore about the others. Where we only crave isolation from each other. Where everyone looks dead ahead. Where we only look straight ahead. And I have to ask this. I have to ask you. Who does all this serve? Who's really gaining